Along with Dave Archer, DJ Shockley will provide reports from the sidelines all afternoon long. Here from Papa John's Cardinal Stadium. Boston College won the toss, elected to defer. 73 degrees, light breezes out of the south, and 60% humidity. A perfect afternoon for college football.
And the Heisman Trophy winner is going to touch the ball first, Tom. You've got to be excited about that.
Samuel, the deep man, Boston College kicks it away. And here we go from Louisville, Kentucky. A yard deep, and that's where Samuel will stay. Time for our Food Line Impact players. Dave, we start with the Cards.
Yeah, the former quarterback Reggie Bonifant, who's been a confidant for Lamar Jackson, will be in the backfield. Now he'll catch the ball, he'll run the football, a multi-dimensional guy. And then Robbie Bell, the redshirt freshman, will start at center. Just 6 career starts against an outstanding players up front for BC. But when you talk about exciting and dynamic, Lamar Jackson comes to mind. He's number 2 in the country in total offense this year at 416 yards a game.
The player of the year in the ACC a season ago, under center for the first series for Louisville this afternoon. Jackson throwing on the run, tipped and incomplete. Fitzpatrick couldn't hang on. The Food Line Impact players for the Eagles.
Yeah, Lucas Dennis is leading the nation in interceptions with 5. He only has 6 career starts. Dynamic player switching over from corner. And in the middle, a freshman, John Lamont, takes over for Connor Strahan. But when you talk about defense for BC, you talk about Harold Landry, the big fella off the edge playing with an injured ankle.
8 tackles for loss for Landry. That includes 5 sacks. Both of those numbers lead the team. Linebacker Ty Schwab making the tackle of Jackson.
And when you talk about the defensive front, we talk about Harold Landry. Landry led the nation in sacks a year ago with 16.5, but he injured his ankle a week ago, and he has been struggling all day long. In fact, Tom, he didn't practice all week. He's got 5 sacks on the season, and they're hoping he can play because he and Zach Allen make up 2 of the best edge players in the conference.
26 sacks for his career, second most in BC history. Here's Jackson, stumbles at the 35, but it's good enough for a first down. He's up past the 35 to the 38. He got 12 yards on the play.
Boy, BC does their job on first and second down, create third and long, and when you got this cat in the backfield, there is no third and long. When you start talking about Lamar Jackson, just a designed run for Lamar Jackson up through the middle, big time run.
Jackson, the junior from Pompano Beach, Florida. The handoff. Bonifant out of bounds just around that 45-yard line. He got 7, forced out by number 8, Will Harris.
Well, Tom, you talk about Reggie Bonifant, and he does a good job of staying with the run, stretches it all the way to the sideline, ends up picking almost 7 yards up on the play. Bonifant started at quarterback, played his first 2 years at quarterback. In fact, actually started 7 games as the quarterback here. They moved him receiver a year ago. Now he's the running back. But his biggest impact has been as a friend to Lamar Jackson. The youngster starting 2 years ago, Reggie Bonifant was that guy for him to talk to.
Back in 2014 when the teams met, Bonifant threw a couple of TD passes in a winning effort. This pass is complete. Jalen Smith breaks away. Jalen Smith headed to the end zone. Now a flag came out. He's into the end zone for the touchdown, but there is a flag on the play.
Well, it's a late flag too, Tom. Jalen Smith, back from injury, immediately makes a play. Just a shallow drag right over the middle of the field, and Lamar found him, but the flag came in about the 20 of BC.
Offense number 7, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, Reggie Bonifant trying to help out down the field on a block, got called for holding, and spoils the return of Jalen Smith, the senior. As I mentioned, Jalen Smith had been injured, has missed the last several games, comes across on the shallow dragger. Excellent protection for Lamar Jackson. But Reggie Bonifant helping down the field, grabs the corner, and that was where the flag came in.
Nullifying a 55-yard play for the Louisville Cardinals. Jalen Smith took it all the way to the end zone with a holding penalty. Sets the football at the 31 of Boston College. This is Bonifant. 3 yards on the carry.
And the run game just kind of a change-up. They have not gotten a lot of the run game other than Lamar Jackson. So Reggie Bonifant has had 2 solid runs in his first 2 carries. Picked up about 3 yards there, now around 10 yards carry on his first 2 carries. So they need to get a little bit something out of the run game, Tom, because this defensive front for BC is solid, and they'll get after the passer.
Dave, that holding penalty was a spot foul. That's why the ball was marked at the 31-yard line of Boston College. Jackson looking for the end zone. Just a little bit too far for the intended receiver, Des Fitzpatrick, in the end zone.
And nobody in the middle of the field. Des Fitzpatrick lined up inside tight. Lamar Jackson tries to tee up his big-time redshirt freshman. 6 touchdowns on the year for Fitzpatrick, but just off the fingertips. A little too long from the Heisman Trophy winner.
Leads all freshmen in the Football Bowl subdivision with those 6 TD pass receptions. 4th in the conference in this situation for Louisville, Dave.
Yeah, and part of that is Lamar Jackson's ability to pull the ball down and take off.
Jackson wants to throw. Pocket was collapsing, pass behind. Fitzpatrick able to grab it, haul it in and down to close to the 22. They got 6 yards, but short of a first down.
Now the offense is going to stay on the field here, Tom. Because of the play by Fitzpatrick, they're 4th and short here. I like the call. Aggressive early. They want to get out to a good start. Does Bobby Petrino and keep that offense on the field. Remember, Lamar Jackson is that dynamic. When you're in this situation, you're so frozen because of the quarterback.
For the 13th time this season, Louisville going for it on 4th down. Jackson still has the football. What a fake. Hits his man down the sideline, diving for the end zone. Hit short of the goal line. Just short by Everett.
Yeah, just stepped on the sideline, Tom. I love the play fake and the ball handling. Watch Lamar Jackson. High net football. BC thinks run. He had a shot down the middle of the field. It was not open. Great decision by Lamar Jackson. Lay the ball off to your tight end and then up the sidelines to push it inside the 5-yard line. Good decision by the quarterback.
After further review, the ruling on the field is a touchdown.
There was indisputable video evidence. Touchdown Louisville. Everett on the catch. 22 yards, and the Cards are on the board.
Excellent start for Louisville. Whenever you get the football, BC won the toss and decided to kick off. They want the ball to start the second half, so they deferred, and Louisville got the ball, and you have to, when you get your opportunity, have to put points on the board, and that's exactly what Lamar Jackson and the Cardinals did.
The redshirt freshman, Kamari Everett from Atlanta, Georgia. First catch, first touchdown. At the 11:38 mark of the first quarter. Freaky with the extra point. Everett with the effort to get into the end zone. Louisville leads it 7-0. Walker. Past the 25, trying to fight his way to the 30. And that's where they'll mark Walker on the return of 19 yards. Here are our drive summary. Brought to you by Lending Tree. When banks compete, you win.
Well, perfect, really. 9 plays, 75 yards, converted a couple times, including 4th down for the touchdown. Excellent drive to start the game and really set the tempo for Louisville.
Lamar Jackson on that drive was 3 of 5 through the air and 62 yards. Everett with the touchdown grab.
And had the big 3rd down conversion. We'll take a look at the quarterback now for Boston College. Anthony Brown, redshirt freshman, multi-dimensional guy, but still learning the job while he plays.
Completes his first pass attempt. Tommy Sweeney. And Sweeney, tough to bring down. Up past the 45 for Boston College and a first down, 18 yards.
And I love the call by Scott Loeffler here. Get his young quarterback a completion early on the bootleg. He's a kid that has the ability to pull it down and take off. But he is a big, strong kid that has all the throws. And like I said, he's learning how to play on the job, which is tough.
Hilliman will be dropped for a loss. That'll be a loss of 4. Food Line impact players for the Eagles on offense.
Now another freshman, you'll hear that a lot today. Kobe White has been an outstanding addition to this offense. Leads them in receiving and receiving yards.
Hilliman trying to extend that play to the boundary, can't do it. Trayshawn Smith with the tackle, and that's the second play in a row for a loss for BC. They lost 2. Boston College just 31% of the season on 3rd down. That is 12th in the ACC. 3rd and 16 for the Eagles. In their own 42. Brown with the time. Throws it deep down the sidelines. The catch was made but out of bounds by Jeff Smith.
Yeah, I didn't mention John Hilliman for Food Line impact players on offense as well, the running back. But you look at defensively here, Jair Alexander, you heard Shockley talk about him earlier, all ACC performer, and Grenard is a guy that surfaces an edge player, been big time. He's been camped out in the other team's backfield all year long. Just a sophomore. They're excited about Jonathan Grenard.
Russ Yeast ready to return the punt from Mike Knoll, the senior punter for the Eagles. Yeast wants a fair catch as he ranges to his left. Just over 4 seconds of hang time and 41 yards on the punt by Mike Knoll. We'll take a timeout from Louisville, Kentucky. This is the ACC. 1st and 10 from the 32 for the Cardinals. 4-2 on the season. 1-2 in conference play. They are 2-1 here at Papa John's Cardinal Stadium. Jackson stands and delivers down the middle of the field at the 20, and it is hauled in. Des Fitzpatrick makes the catch. 48 yards for the Cardinals.
Working against Torres, the corner. Slot receiver is going to drag the safety out of the middle of the field. Excellent protection. Lamar Jackson with an outstanding throw down the pipe. The deep post route. And this is the freshman. Fitzpatrick high points the ball with Torres right in his hip pocket. Big time catch by the redshirt freshman.
Jackson again with a bullet down to the 10. It is knocked down to the turf. Looking for Mickey Crum.
Lucas Dennis comes in. The safety comes in and knocks the ball out. Lamar is amazing to watch, DJ.
What's one thing that's exciting is that Lamar Jackson is known for his running, but these last few drives, these last few throws, he's very calm inside the pocket, and everybody expects him to take off, but he sits back there, wastes the time, and then delivers a strike every single time, looks like.
Yeah, Shock, that's something they worked on in spring. They wanted him to stay in the pocket.
He's out of the pocket this time. Past the BC defenders, lunging for the end zone. Touchdown.
Yeah, and oh, by the way, if you want to run the football, this guy ain't bad to choose here. Zone read, keeps it to the outside, and then there's no more elusive player in college football than Lamar Jackson. That's his 8th rushing touchdown of the year. He has 8 of the 13 for the team. He has accounted for now 23 of the 29 Louisville touchdowns on the year, passing and rushing. He is an amazing player, and I'm not sure why his name is not in the mix, continuing to be in the mix for the Heisman Trophy.
His 40th career rushing TD. And Lamar Jackson makes it 14-0. We'll be back after these messages from Louisville and BC. Anthony Brown, freshman quarterback in there for Boston College. We've also seen James Blackman have to take over, or DeAndre Francois at Florida State.
Tom, it's a good bunch of guys that we're going to get a chance to see for the next several years in a lot of cases with those players. Look forward to watching them down the road, but some young talent coming up in the ACC.
Have to see about the future of Kelly Bryant, who was injured in the game against Syracuse last night at the Carrier Dome. His status still in question, although they do have an off week coming up for the Tigers. Brown out into the flat. Travis Levy First down, Boston College, and the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the pass play.
And Levy got some more snaps during the week. This is one that you hold your breath a little bit if you're Scott Leffler. You're throwing the ball short of the first down. But Levy does an excellent job. He trusts Levy to make the play. It's a kid that enrolled early in January. He's going to have to help him get running back spot. They need some plays out of that position.
First down for their own 35 for BC. Brown keeps it. He's got another first down and works his way into Louisville territory.
It's just not a play they've used a ton, Tom. This is Brown's 27th carry of the year. He only averages 3.1 yards a carry. Zone read, just pulls it, reads it, steps around the corner. You can see he's a big, strong athlete. Tough to bring down.
He got 18 yards and takes the ball to the Louisville side of the 50. Flips it out to CJ Dillon, trying to stretch the play. Takes some punishment in the process near the 42-yard line. 5 yards, Dave.
But now you're seeing some BC football. They're getting their run game going, quarterback and running back. When you talk about CJ Dillon, number 2, freshman, New London, Connecticut, this is a kid, 240-pound bruiser. And if Steve Addazio could hand-pick a guy to run it, there's Scott Leffler, offensive coordinator for BC. They like Dillon, 240 pounds coming downhill.
Second year as the offensive coordinator for Leffler. Wide open man at the 25 is Thad Smith. Makes a move at the 10, and Thad Smith takes it in for the Eagles.
Well, Thad Smith, we talked about his multidimensional. He's lined up in the slot to your right. Little bootleg, throw a guy in the flat. Corner closes on the guy in the flat. And Thad Smith ran a little wheel out of the slot position right up the sidelines, and Louisville lost him in coverage. Good vision by the young quarterback to find his receiver down the field. An outstanding job by the young quarterback to really see what's happening from a coverage standpoint. Brown talks to Leffler upstairs. Let's take a look at it. All 22. Look at the slot receiver. That's Thad Smith. He's going to run kind of a lazy little wheel route. Go ahead and let it go, guys. There's the play fake. Got the tight end in the flat, which draws the corner up. And there is Smith in behind. Got lost in coverage. A nice run after the catch by Thad Smith.
He's going to go through the end zone. That was a 75-yard drive as Jackson does not have an available receiver. That was our Ram Trucks
Number 8,
power
Lamar
play.
Jackson keeps. Forced that about on spot number 7.
Talking about Harold Landry. Talked about how he struggled a little bit with the ankle. He's a little gippy, but you talk about a guy that plays at a high level as much as he can. Certainly not 100% is Harold Landry. Led the nation in sacks a year ago. You look at Louisville's outscored their opponent 49-10. Last 4 games in his first quarter.
A couple of TDs, a TD pass of 22 yards by Jackson, and a run of 20 yards all day to throw it. That one sails by everyone.
I'm not sure
like
that
Mickey Crump was closest there.
I'm not sure who that was intended to. Tom, there was a lot of players in the same area. Jackson had a little bit of a laugh himself. He says, wait a minute, I got too many guys in the same spot.
So 3rd and 8 for the Cardinals. They're 2 for 4 on 3rd down in this game from their own 26-yard line. Just 18 seconds remaining on the clock. Five receiver set for Jackson. He's pressured, has to escape that pocket. Trying to shake the Eagles at the 25, doesn't get far. He got 2 yards. Harold Landry stopped him. Looks like that's going to be the final play of our first quarter, Dave, with the Cards up 14-7.
Tom, it's a Saturday in Louisville. It's ACC football. We've got plays being made all over the field. Don't go anywhere. We got more for you.
Mason King, the sophomore from right here in Louisville, Kentucky. Michael Walker lets it bounce, and it will go into the end zone. 51 yards on the punt with 6:31 to go in the second quarter. The Eagles are hanging tough on the banks of the Ohio River. And the University of Louisville, 14-7. Cards in front. So proud to have you with us. We hope you're enjoying the broadcast. A.J. Dillon to carry on first down for Boston College.
Well, Tommy talked about it. They had a nice drive going before the Anthony Brown interception. They need to just do what they do. They run the football, little play action, get the quarterback involved in the run game, move the chains, stay on the field on offense.
2nd and 8. Brown has to throw it away, and there is a flag thrown at the tail end of the play, Dave.
There is no foul for an eligible player downfield. 3rd down.
Talked to Jeff before the game, and one of the outstanding officials here in the ACC. Good job of sorting that out. I like this, how the crews get together, Tom. And when you're not sure about something, let's make sure you get it as close to right as you can. These guys do a nice job of that.
2 for 5 on 3rd down in the first half for Boston College. This is 3rd and 8 from their own 22.
Now Brown's got to be careful with the ball down here. He's coming off of an interception. It's okay to punt the ball as well as their defense is playing.
Trayshawn Smith had that interception for Louisville. Helmet comes off of Brown, and he goes down to the turf. James Hearns coming in on Anthony Brown with a sack, had a loss of 5.
Now 99 Hearns is going to come off of that left side. Just a whiff on that left side by Montero. And Brown is lucky his head's not in the helmet. Hearns decapitates him on the big hit on the backside. Nice defensive series there for Louisville. 3 and out.
3rd sack of the season for James Hearns. Mike Knoll is the Boston College punter. Russ Yeast is deep at his own 40-yard line for Louisville with 5:32 and counting in the 2nd quarter. Yeast on the hop. Spun backwards near the 35, and BC has it covered. 46 yards on the punt, a loss of 3 on the Yeast return. Michael Walker, special teams tackle. Home of the Louisville Cardinals, the Derby City, the Cards and the Eagles, and we'll be back after a word from your local ACC station. Lamar Jackson and the Cardinals with a 14-7 lead against Boston College. Just over 5 minutes to go in our 2nd quarter. Teams played in early November last year in Chestnut Hill, a 52-7 win for the Louisville Cardinals, who have won 4 in a row in this series.
You know, Tom, I'm not sure why Lamar isn't being mentioned more in the Heisman Trophy. We talked a little bit about off the top. He's got about 300 less yards rushing, about 200 yards more passing. I think this is a guy, he set the bar so high a year ago that when he hasn't quite been at that level for some reason.
Bonifant breaks through. Reggie Bonifant, separation, trying to accelerate to the end zone, and he goes the distance. Touchdown, Bonifant.
Well, we talked to Bobby Petrino yesterday, and he talked about how Reggie Bonifant is a guy that doesn't really have all the numbers behind his name, but he's explosive. You've got to find a way to get him the ball, get him clean. Well, there's an example of what Bonifant brings to the table. Great speed, found a crease to the middle in an area where they have not been able to penetrate the Boston College defense. And Reggie Bonifant puts a touchdown on the board.
3rd TD run of the season for Bonifant.
Reggie Bonifant's been a guy that's been taking care of Lamar Jackson. You know what he did? He just took care of the BC defense. Touchdown, Reggie Bonifant.
As we head down to DJ for Gatorade, heard around the cooler.
As we just saw Reggie Bonifant with a huge run there. I had a chance to talk to him earlier this week, and I said, what makes you so special? You can play every position. You've done it. He said, you know what? Playing in this intricate offense, playing receiver, playing running back, playing quarterback, it's helped me understand fronts. It's helped me understand coverages. It's helped me understand how teams try to attack our offense, and it's made me a smarter player. As we saw on that run, he got skinny, and he got a touchdown.
He got skinny. He definitely got skinny. And then he stepped on the accelerator there, Shock, with his ability to run. It's an indication of what he can bring to the table. Longest play for Louisville this year. When you talk about Reggie Bonifant, I think the thing, you look at him on the field, Shock, but his influence over Lamar Jackson when Lamar took over really can't be quantified.
Yeah, it can't be. It's one of those things where when he came in, he said, you know what, I was the starting quarterback when Lamar first got here. So I kind of took him under my wing. I taught him how to be a quarterback, how to represent yourself on a team. And it's kind of taken off, as we can see, and now they're both excelling.
Wow, two explosive guys in the same backfield for Louisville.
Boston College with the full complement of timeouts with 2:37 and counting to go. This is Brown. It's Jeff Smith now. He lets it go. And there were very few white shirts in the vicinity.
Yeah, a little surprised they went to that, Tom. Jeff Smith threw a touchdown pass last week against Virginia Tech. And usually when you see that as a defense you practice, not going to give one of those up. That's something they saw all week long, the gadget play.
Illegal formation, offense, 5 men in the backfield. Penalties decline. Second down.
Well, you can't self-destruct right here if you're BC with this short field opportunity. So now you're going to get the penalty. They'll probably decline the penalty and take second down, I would think. Down marker still says first down. You change that down marker to second down.
You mentioned that TD pass by Jeff Smith, Dave. It was to Anthony Brown in the losing effort last week against Virginia Tech. 23-10 at home for BC. Incomplete pass looking for Hilleman.
This is just a poorly run operation here in midfield. This is a great opportunity for BC. You know, Hilleman in the back. We haven't heard much from Hilleman. A little bit more from Dillon in the run game. Now you're 3rd and 10 and a golden opportunity.
2 for 7 for the Eagles on 3rd down. From the 48 of Louisville.
Louisville showing a little bit of pressure. Got some people up in the A-gap. Ball out.
Pressure from the edges. Brown got away, Dave. Brown makes a cut at the 40. He's got the first down or more. Anthony Brown to the 20. Look at Anthony Brown inside the 20. What a run.
Louisville ends up coming with a 5-man pressure, Tom, and the young quarterback shows his athleticism. Gets to the outside. Beautiful move there to get the first down, and now he's going to make it a chunk play. Big yardage for the young quarterback, and he pushes it inside the 20-yard line.
30 yards on that play for Anthony Brown.
Scott Leffler, the offensive coordinator, didn't call that. He just got an athletic quarterback that made a play for him.
Great recognition of the pressure coming from both sides for Anthony Brown. CJ Dillon, short gain of 3.
But now the idea here is after the huge play by Brown, as you're inside the red zone, obviously you'd like to score a touchdown here. But you'd also like to milk the clock a little bit, which they're doing. You're doing a nice job. But you can do that from the sideline by getting the play in a little bit later. Brown understands. Get some late substitutions by Louisville, but Brown understands what they're trying to do here, trying to milk the clock.
15 of 17 in the red zone this season for BC. This is Dillon. First trip inside the red zone in the game for Boston College, and A.J. Dillon, the freshman from New London, Connecticut, forcing ahead for 5 yards. Boston College is taking a timeout. 3rd and 2.
Showing pressure off the edge.
Dillon. First down, Boston College. 1st and goal from the 7.
And leaned on that big offensive line to come off and provide the opportunity. Now, a ton of time here. No panic. No reason to panic. Over a minute left. We got a couple of timeouts.
BC moving quickly. Back to the ground. Dillon near the goal line. Just short.
Again, no reason to panic, but Coach Addazio going to come in and burn a timeout. There's a pile. A lot of times when you see guys piled on top of each other, to get that unpiled, you lose a lot of time. Coach Addazio decides to burn a timeout there.
So Anthony Brown had the key run on this drive so far. 30 yards on the scamper for Brown to take it into the red zone. And now A.J. Dillon has been called upon, number 2, the freshman for Boston College. And they're right there at the 1-foot line. Dillon has a couple of rushing touchdowns this season for BC. 8th play of the drive. 54 seconds to go in the second quarter. From the 1-foot line, 2nd and goal, Boston College. They'll give it to Dillon, left side, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles.
Well, Tom, since the Brown run that put it to the 18-yard line, this has been a man's drive. Give it to the big back behind the big offensive line, and we're going to hit you in the mouth. This is a big-time run in a big-time final 18 yards that Boston College has put together. But the big fellas love that. Feed the beast. And that's that big back behind the big offensive line.
Lichtenberg with the extra point. Boston College makes it 21-14, an 8-play drive, and it was keyed by that 30-yard scramble run by Anthony Brown. But Dave, I think it was the recognition. He saw the pressure coming from both sides and spun out of that pocket.
Well, if his defense can come out and get a stop, they're going to go in at halftime with an opportunity to come back out with the football. So now the rope is in the hands of the defense for BC, and can Louisville get something going here on offense with less than a minute to go.
Jackson with the time from a sturdy pocket. On the money and caught. Jalen Smith made the catch. 46-yard line, 29 yards on the connection. Jackson to Jalen Smith.
Because they're slow rushing Lamar and trying to keep him in the pocket, he's a guy that can throw it now. His numbers show that. He's like 5th in the country in yards passing, total yards coming in.
Jackson, complete. Jalen Smith again, and a first down Louisville.
Louisville has has 2 timeouts left as well.
They got 15 yards on that pass play on the previous down. First and 10 from the 31. Jackson, the pump, throwing on the run and making sure nobody can get to that one. In fact, it's about 3 rows deep in the seats.
Well, that's one where if Lamar takes off there, now he's trying to conserve time. So he threw the ball away to keep the time. If he takes off running, with his ability, he might have scored on that play, even though they're on the 30-yard line. But again, that's his training as a passer. We talked about that, how he's become much more conscious of getting the ball out and saving time.
21 seconds and a couple of timeouts to work with for Lamar Jackson. Almost tripped up in the pocket. Flag is out. Jackson finally taken down as Landry had him around the ankles.
Take a look at it. Your right side of your screen.
10-yard penalty. Second down.
This was kind of drugged down. Actually they had him rushing in the middle. Nobody covering the slot to the top of the screen. Now they're going to rotate a defender down.
Jackson. Incomplete.
Yeah, surprising decision there. Not taking a short throw to give yourself an opportunity for 3. Now there's no time to run a play and burn a timeout. Let's take a look. Inside breaking route. Yeah, everything. It's 4 verticals. And a little surprised at that. Now it's going to be a jump ball. And what BC's got to do is defend the jump ball scenario here.
Lamar Jackson, Dave, now 9 of 17. 182 yards and a touchdown.
The thought process here is high point the ball and bat it down. Do not bat the ball in the air if you're BC here.
3rd and 20. Jackson's pass incomplete. Looking for Fitzpatrick, and that should be the final play of the half, and it is. So 21-14. Cards going to the locker room with the lead. Boston College scoring a late 7 points on its previous drive to cut that deficit to just 7. So let's go down and check in with DJ Shockley.
Coach, you knew coming to this game BC would be tough defensively. You got over 300 total yards. What do you want to see more out of your offense in the second half?
Yeah, we got to be more consistent on first down. Every time we get good yards on first down, we're able to convert thirds and move the ball. When we have negative yards on first down, then we end up stalling on drives. And then protect the quarterback on 3rd down.
I know you weren't happy with the last drive by your defense, but what's the word to your message to your defense coming out of halftime?
We're going to have to stop the run. They're right back in the game, and we got to stop the run and look for the deep play action. Make sure the quarterback doesn't scramble.
All right, thank you, Coach. Thank you. Big first half, Boston College. Now get a start. Louisville up 7. Katie.
Homecoming in Louisville, the Queen, Shaddai Smith-Mensah, the King, Brevin Woodford. It is homecoming. Tom and Dave with you here at halftime. And Dave, just a 7-point game after the late TD by Boston College. Lamar Jackson, the Heisman Trophy winner from a season ago, a passing TD and a rushing TD.
Yeah, came in averaging 416 yards a game, number 2 in the country. And Lamar has really been scraping and scrapping to try to find some plays, and he's done that. Done an excellent job. 229 yards of offense. This touchdown, the throw, he has a rushing touchdown, this one right here, and the passing touchdown you just saw. So Lamar has come to play. He just hasn't gotten a lot of help around him. So we look at the stats, and you see, I don't think there's a lot of the stats don't really tell the story. I think BC's done a great job of grinding and staying in the game, Tom.
Those are our stats brought to you by Dish as we go down to DJ.
Coach, assess the play of your young quarterback in that offense in the first half.
Playing hard, physical, tough, hard, relentless. I mean, all those things. You know, we just got to keep pounding at the rock. You know, early on we missed some opportunities we had there early, and but you got to love the resolve. You got to love the tenacity, and we just got to keep doing the same thing in the second half. And on defense, same thing. We got to get a little better rush going right now. Have a little better out of our 4-man rush. You know, Harold came into this game pretty dinged up, and you can see he's a little tentative out there. But we got to try to get some rush. On defense, we got to get off the field, and on offense, our guys feel like we can block them and go. We got to go do it.
All right, Coach, have a good second half. BC gets the ball here in the second half. Fellas, should be interesting to see if quarterback Anthony Brown can keep up the steady play.
Yeah, and Shock, I think that what he said right there at the end was believe we can get it done. I think it's a big part of this, and I think the way they played in the first half, Tom, they certainly believe they belong here, and they got an opportunity to start the second half of the football.
This will be Walker, steps 2 to the 8-yard line. Walker to the 25. And out past the 30 to the 32-yard line. The return of 24 yards for Michael Walker. Chucky Williams, special teams tackle for the Louisville Cardinals. This is Dillon. 37-yard line, 5 yards on the carry from A.J. Dillon. Trayshawn Smith, who made that interception of Brown, made the tackle on the previous play.
Yeah, and you look at the numbers, Brown is affecting the game both rushing and throwing the ball. And this Dillon kid now, you better get a hat on him. There's 2 runs for a first down. BC doing what they want to do, Tom.
6 yards for A.J. Dillon. D. Smith the tackle, but not before Dillon moves those chains for Boston College, and a fresh set of downs.
Coach Petrino told DJ Shockley going in at halftime, we got to find a way to get the run stopped. That's not an indication they figured it out the first 2 carries.
Brown, he's got an open man. Tommy Sweeney. And Sweeney has a BC first down at the 46-yard line. Dorian Etheridge the tackle.
What I love about this is how quick the decision is. Snaps his head around, boom, ball comes out. Immediately got the football to Sweeney so he can get up the field for a good gain and a first down.
11 yards on the play from Sweeney. Now Dillon right up the middle, tough to bring down. It's another Boston College first down at the 35-yard line. Chucky Williams makes the tackle. Consecutive plays of 11 yards for the Eagles.
And BC's turned this into a big boy game. They're coming downhill with the big back right at Louisville.
Hilleman gets the call for the run, bounces off of the first man, and then goes out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. Trayshawn Smith, Jonathan Bernard on the tackle. 4 yards for Hilleman.
Well, one thing you're going to have to do now if you're Louisville, you better wrap these big backs up. Hilleman goes 225. Dillon goes 240. Better put your arms around him.
Wade, complete. Tommy Sweeney. Sweeney put the brakes on, dives down to the 26. He got 8 yards.
Another bootleg play, quarterback on the move, run pass option. Sweeney's done this a couple of times now, caught the ball, turned back to the inside. BC playing with a ton of confidence right now on offense.
Worse than 10 Eagles. Dillon inside the 20.
Well, how about the nifty move, Tom, in the middle? There's Brown trying to loosen up on the sideline, but Darius Wade's got this team moving. A.J. Dillon through the middle. So watch the youngster continue to loosen and test that right shoulder.
A.J. Dillon, 18 carries for 80 yards. He's got it again. Let's check in with DJ.
when we watched film on this Boston College offensive line yesterday, we didn't see much movement up front when they played some other teams like Clemson. But today their offensive line is firing off the ball. We're talking about the big backs of Dillon being able to run. But give credit to the big boys up front for really firing off the ball and creating those lanes.
Yeah, and Shock gets a lot of downhill run game. It's not pulling anybody out, which is, I think, their forte. Ball out. I think the ball popped out. The big guy, Dillon, was able to get back on it, Tom.
Looks like it's going to be a first down for BC, Dave.
Sweeney, the tight end, comes up with a football. See, ball out. Big time hit in the middle by Stewart. Ball on the ground, and Sweeney comes up with a recovery. What lucky break there.
They got a first down in the process as well. Wade on a play action, has a man. Complete. And Boston College with Ray Martin this time.
How about these tight ends making people miss out in space? You've seen Sweeney make some people miss, and now Martin with a little spin move.
BC moving quickly, up tempo. Hilleman dropped at the 3, but that is enough for first and goal, Boston College.
Tom, typical Boston College hit you in the mouth style of offense. They're running the football with some power and with some grit. Quarterback making some good quick decisions on bootlegs, getting the ball out of his hand. Looking to tie the football game.
First and goal, Eagles to the goal line and a touchdown. CJ Dillon takes it in for Boston College.
Tom, this is a Louisville defense that was giving up only 112 yards a game on the ground, 3.2 yards a carry, and they're just being pushed around by this BC offense.
A 3-yard TD run for A.J. Dillon. It is his second rushing touchdown of the game. The extra point ties us at 21. BC marches it down the field.
BC has tied this football game. They've given it to their sledgehammer. It's a BC tie the game, 21-21.
As Dillon takes it in for his second rushing touchdown of the game, his 4th of the season.
Well, we've talked about grinding the football, and that's exactly what they did with their big back. Nice job by Darius Wade in that drive.
Samuel to the 19 on the return.
Now Louisville, who's been reeling a little bit offensively, trying to find something that works. No explosive plays. They need to get to doing some of the same stuff. Move the chains. They have not been able to do that.
Darius Wade came into the game on that previous drive for BC and went 4 for 4, 47 yards. Reggie Bonifant for 4 yards. Ty Schwab on the tackle.
Good solid run there on first down. Coach Petrino talked to DJ Shockley right as he went in at the half. We need to be better on first down. He says when we're better first down, we have a chance and we've moved the football. That's a good first down play, 4 yards.
That pass out to his left by Jackson is incomplete. Looking for Bonifant.
Had Bonifant one-on-one with the linebacker, had he been able to complete that, and now here you are at 3rd and 11. Louisville really struggling on offense.
Sorry, Dave. I'm very excited about next week as well. Pittsburgh and Duke. That's our game of the ACC Network. Game of the week presented by Mellow Mushroom. The Panthers and the Blue Devils.
Yeah, Duke locked in a tussle right now with Florida State.
Jackson with the time. Airs it out. Looking for Des Fitzpatrick. Incomplete.
Again, an opportunity for the young receiver to slow down. Shock, this is an opportunity for a receiver that's one-on-one down the middle field with a linebacker to gear down, maybe create contact and an interference call, but it certainly have an opportunity to high point the ball.
Yeah, those are the matchups you look for. Those are the matchups you want throughout a ball game. You finally get one, and you're unable to capitalize on it. Those are the plays that, if you want to win this ball game, you have to make. And now Boston College, this sideline is excited. These guys are jumping around. They're talking to each other. They're communicating. Big moment in the ball game right now for BC and Louisville.
Walker will stay away from this one. It's going to bounce out of bounds near the 35-yard line.
A good idea to kick the ball away from Walker, who's been dynamic today returning kicks.
7 incompletes in a row from Lamar Jackson. The Thinker statue on the University of Louisville campus. And we'll be back after a word from your local ACC station. Darius Wade will remain in the game for Boston College. 4 for 4 in the previous drive, which resulted in a Dillon touchdown. He's got the football now. Second level Dillon into Louisville territory. The hesitation and down close to the 30-yard line. He picked up 34.
Yeah, Dillon over 100 yards now on the game. And boy, the crowd here at Papa John's responding with some boos. What a run by the young back, the freshman.
121 yards rushing for Dillon. Shorter gain on this carry.
Shorter gain, but he's running through people. That's 5 yards on first down for Dillon. Boy, what a performance. The physicality of the front 5 of this offensive line. Throw the tight ends in there, both tight ends as well. 7 guys coming off the ball.
A.J. Dillon has 23 carries. Wade, pass complete. Tommy Sweeney to the 15. Sweeney inside the 10 and down to the 6.
Boy, it's a simple offensive system right now that Scott Loeffler's running. Run the football with the stretch in the zone game and bootleg off of it. The backside end is crashing to prevent cutback in the run game. The tight ends are leaking out into flat. And for whatever reason, Louisville doesn't want to play man coverage because they want a lot of eyes looking at the run game. So that is a zone throw out the backside, wide open.
15 yards on the last play. This is Hilliman driving towards the goal line. Hilliman's in! John Hilliman, touchdown, Boston College Eagles.
Now these 2 big backs for Boston College are getting in behind this gigantic offensive line and just coming straight at Louisville. And boy, it's going to be imperative for Louisville's offense to stay on the field. This defense is gashed.
A 6-yard touchdown run from John Hilliman, his 3rd of the season. Extra point, 28-21 Eagles.
Just straight ahead, trap the backside guy with the tight end and just find a crease in there. And all really Hilliman did, it just falls in there. And watch the push. Get the push from the big fellas from behind. There it is. That's pure muscle right there. That's what Boston College is flexing, is their muscle between the tackles, running the football. And they are challenging Louisville.
How about 21 unanswered points by Boston College, most recently from John Hilliman, taking it in from 6 yards out. Again, Boston College 208 yards rushing as a team, and there will not be a return. Jackson up to the 40. Ty Schwab on the tackle, 15 yards and a first down. Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson on the perimeter is something we have not seen very much. That time they make that happen with the option play. He decides to keep it. I think this game is going to start to fall more in Lamar's hands now with him creating in the run game.
Louisville from its own 40. Reggie Bonifant. 2 yards for Bonifant, who does have a 64-yard TD run to his credit. That came back in the second quarter.
More design runs for Lamar Jackson, even though they'd like to try to minimize that, and they have this year some. To get this game back where they want it, that means Louisville ahead. It's got to fall on the Heisman Trophy winner to make some plays with his legs.
Louisville led this game at halftime, 21-14. At one point in the first half, led 21-7. And Jackson just has to throw it away as he hits the turf, trying to find Mickey Crum.
Look how they kind of stay perimeter oriented, try to flush him back to the inside. That's number 7 is Harold Landry, one of the best pass rushers in the country. He's just kind of slow rushing, keeping Lamar in the pocket, trying to prevent him from skating out. and eventually the numbers get to Lamar Jackson. He has to throw the ball away.
Boston College playing some inspired defense, especially here in the third quarter. Lamar Jackson is 0 for his last 8 through the air. Louisville just 3 of 12 on third down. Jackson's pass is intercepted. Intercepted by Boston College. It's Wyatt Ray, number 11, the pick for BC.
This is the NASCAR package I talked about, Tom, where Landry, Wyatt, and Allen are on the field at the same time. Wyatt's lined up inside. He steps out, and they throw the ball right to him. Lamar Jackson did not account for him. He steps right back into the passing lane and picks it off. The pre-snap, he's lined up in the line. You see number 11 right here? He drops out. As a quarterback, when you see the line, you don't account for guys that drop out of the line. They're out of your vision. He dropped right back into the throwing lane. Lamar Jackson never saw him, and what a play BC comes up with defensively.
24 yards on the return by Wyatt Ray, his first interception of the season for the junior from Boca Raton, Florida. Boston College with Dillon right side. And he will drag some red shirts with him inside the 15. He got 9 on that carry.
And the worst thing that could happen to the Louisville defense is they're back on the field. A quick turnover by their offense. And here comes BC again, right downhill.
Dillon hits the roadblock for no gain.
A nice play at the point of attack that time by Louisville to stop the push. This game had been played for the last 10-12 minutes or so, counting the end of the first half, on Louisville's side of the line of scrimmage. That time penetration snuffed out the run game. The thing that stops a big back, Tom, is when you can stop his feet. Most big backs can't restart quick enough. People rally, make the tackle.
5 of 12 on third down for the Eagles. 3rd and 2. Wade complete to the 12. And this is going to be really close. Boston College has enough. John Hilleman on the grab.
Just a bootleg play, get Hilleman the football, and a first down.
Will BC be able to snap it? They won't. It'll be the last play of the quarter, dominated by the Boston College Eagles, leading 28-21.
It's an ACC Saturday here in Louisville, and right now, Boston College has brought the sledgehammer, and they're trying to hit Louisville right in the mouth.
Quarter stats are brought to you by Nicorette.
Yeah, just in the third quarter, rush yards, unbelievable. 190, or they plays 31, 191 total yards, 12 first downs to 1, and BC trying to put themselves up by 2 scores.
1st and 10 Eagles. Dillon breaking through it into the end zone. CJ Dillon, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game.
Incredible job up front by this BC offense. This is a 240-pound back that isn't touched from the 11-yard line. Perimeter blocking, excellent block, 2 perfect blocks. Dillon blows right through the hole, got in behind Chris Lindstrom. Outstanding block, pulling him around, and Dillon skates. That'll be the easiest touchdown he has in his career as an Eagle.
Dave Archer, an 11-yard touchdown run for the freshman, CJ Dillon.
28 unanswered points by the Boston College Eagles. Hey, Louisville, you better wake up.
University of Louisville, founded in 1798, the first city-owned public university in the United States. But the folks here in the stadium are looking for a jolt to awaken their Louisville Cardinals. BC in the end zone once again, Dave Archer.
Defense has been tough all day long. Come up with a short field opportunity on the interception by Wyatt Ray. And a 22-yard drive ends with a Dillon touchdown.
Samuel spun down at the 15. 14-yard return. Fitzpatrick. Louisville's worst starting field position, 2 yards for Fitzpatrick.
You've got the Heisman Trophy winner, and you try to tee him up as best you can to give him an opportunity to make some plays on his own. But he has to have some guys around him make some plays. If he throws the football to somebody, they have to catch it, 1, and then need to make something happen with it. I mean, as much as explosive as Lamar is, that's who the focus from BC defensively is on.
Jackson, pass over the middle, complete. Plenty of room to roll for Mickey Crum. First down, Louisville, 38-yard line, and 20 yards for Crum.
Good read by Lamar Jackson. Good quick read. Looks over the middle, finds his tight end uncovered. Broken coverage, that time by BC. And Louisville took advantage. Both coaches looking for different things. Petrino looking for some answers offensively. Really been stagnant. And Coach Addazio looking for his team to continue a high level of play. Playing inspired football. Heard DJ talking about he's slapping guys on the head as they're coming to the sideline.
Deep drop from Jackson to the 40-yard line and complete to Josh Jackson, a freshman from Atlanta, Georgia, for 3 yards.
Trying to set up a little tunnel screen for Jackson coming back to the inside, get some linemen out in front, and very well defended by BC. Trying to get some playmakers the ball in space is what Coach Petrino's looking for.
That's the guy who's played a huge game for BC, number 96, Ray Smith. Jackson, plenty of time, escapes a deteriorating pocket and runs up close to midfield for a first down.
Wow, tough luck loss for Duke again, and Florida State finds a way to get a win on the road.
We will see the Blue Devils next Saturday in the ACC Game of the Week, presented by Mellow Mushroom, as Jalen Smith makes the catch. They will take on Pittsburgh.
The last two plays they played man coverage. Lamar skated out of the pocket and got a good gain, and then this one-on-one with his senior receiver Smith and another first down. Boston College did a nice job of kind of mixing coverages and keeping Lamar Jackson hemmed in.
5 catches in the game for Jalen Smith.
Showing pressure from right there and right there. Lamar Jackson now going to change the play based on what he saw from the sideline.
Jackson through the progression, now wants to go deep toward the end zone. His receiver makes the catch for a touchdown. Des Fitzpatrick over the shoulder grab.
Well, first of all, it's great protection for Lamar. He looks left. Now he's going to throw the fade right. Your item is going to fall down. Now, Des Fitzpatrick realizes he fell down. All he's got to do is get his feet down. What a great concentration catch by the redshirt freshman. Right foot down is all he needed, but he went ahead and put the second foot down just for insurance. What a play. Redshirt freshman tracking that ball coming out of the sun. What a catch.
7th TD grab of the season for Des Fitzpatrick. What a catch by Fitzpatrick, the redshirt freshman. And Louisville has come back with a TD. And Jackson puts some touch on that one to Fitzpatrick. How about the Dr. Pepper ACC Football Championship game? Take you right down on the field. We're giving you a chance. The 360 Experience Sweepstakes. Enter at accsweeps.havilandpromotions.com. Boston College has scored touchdowns on each of its last 3 possessions. A.J. Dillon down the sideline. Dillon trying to dash to the end zone for the Eagles, and he's gone. A.J. Dillon, 4th rushing TD of the game, and it's 75 yards.
Oh, my goodness. Has this kid shown up in a big way? 6 feet, 240-pounder from New London, Connecticut. Had a leg injury his senior year, only played in 4 games, and in those 4 games he ran for 600 yards and 12 TDs at Lawrence Academy in New London. His junior year ran for just under 2,000 yards and 28 touchdowns, and he has broke out the whipping stick today.
Dillon.
Unbelievable.
27 carries, Dave. 219 yards and 4 touchdowns. The most recent one for 75 yards.
Watch this one now. He's going to skate to the edge. He runs through the tackle of Jair Alexander. Get off me! He just throws the defender off his back.
22 is Chucky Williams, discarded by Dillon.
And then the speed, Tom, the speed. He outruns everybody. 4'5", 40 and 240 pounds. Hello, college football. Welcome A.J. Dillon to the mix. Good Lord. A.J. Dillon, the battering ram that can run.
James Conner, who finished his career as the ACC leader in rushing touchdowns. And now playing on Sundays, Trevion Samuel on the return. Jackson has to retreat. Wisely gets rid of it.
Tom, great job there by Boston College. The two guys we've been talking about, Zach Allen and Harold Landry, neither one of them would allow Lamar Jackson to skate to the outside where he's so effective. They hemmed him in, pushed him back, and he finally threw the ball away to minimize the damage. Those two edge guys have played outstanding today.
2nd and 10 for the Louisville Cardinals.
Now they've got the 3 pass rushers in. Here's the interceptor. Wyatt Ray has come in. He's a rusher.
Incomplete. Jalen Smith was the target.
This is where they go to their speed package to rush the passer. You get number 11, Wyatt Ray, who had the interception. You get number 7, Harold Landry. And you get number 2, Zach Allen, all on the field at the same time.
Our 1st and 10 line presented by Cookout, serving fresh char-grilled hamburgers and 40 fancy milkshakes. Louisville 0 for its last 7 on 3rd down conversions. Jackson wants to do it himself, and he will. Stiff arm to midfield and wrestled out of bounds. Lamar Jackson ran into Lucas Dennis. 19 yards on the run from Jackson.
And much more aggressive by Lamar here. He had decided he was going to run it. He had Reggie Bonifant out in front. In fact, I think this was a called quarterback draw for Lamar Jackson. That's what Coach Petrino is going to have to do. He's going to have to start forcing the hand and give Lamar an opportunity to run the football. I think that's where he can hurt this Boston College defense more than anywhere else.
Jackson to pass. Over the middle, diving, attempted, incomplete. All-out attempt by Trevion Samuel, couldn't pull it in.
Yeah, late pressure by Ray Smith. The big fella in the middle is going to come clean, and he's going to force Lamar Jackson to kind of hurry the throw. And because he hurried the throw, it's just a tad too wide as he's trying to throw him around the linebacker. Samuel just couldn't quite come up with it.
Jackson does have a couple of TD passes today. It brings his total to 58 career TD passes. Wants to run up the middle. Watch out. Jackson inside the 30 and a 1st down. Lamar Jackson with a couple of big runs. This one, the chunk is 20.
Yeah, this is just a zone read, and I think Lamar was going to keep this one all the way. Again, through the middle, excellent blocking up front to give him a crease, and that's really all he needs.
17 carries for 110 yards for Lamar Jackson.
There's what Dale Sayers used to say, give me 18 inches of daylight.
17 times he's rushed for over 100 yards, school record. Batted down at the 10.
A nice play. Lucas Dennis comes in and knocks the ball away. Leads the country in interceptions. Number 21, Lucas Dennis, the safety. He's going to come over the top and bat it away with the left hand. Nice play. This is a guy that played corner, so he understands playing out on the edge. Lamar might have just been a count late with the ball, but it allowed Dennis to get in there and knock it away. Can BC keep Lamar from hurting him in the run game? He's already hurt him twice in this drive.
Lamar to throw. Has a man at the 18. 1st down, Louisville. Charles Stanbury. Lucas Dennis rides him out of bounds, but not until they gain 15.
I love how this guy's developed at quarterback. In the springtime, they would blow the whistle when he would run out of the pocket. They wanted him to learn to throw from the pocket. He certainly has. He's an accomplished passer. You know, Tom, a lot of people compare him to Michael Vick and where Michael was in his career. I think he is a much more accomplished player at this point in his career than Michael was when he came out as a redshirt sophomore.
2nd trip into the red zone. Here's Jackson. Landry got a piece of him and pulled him down at the 9-yard line as we go down to DJ.
One thing to watch, guys, is they're so worried about Lamar Jackson in the pocket when he's throwing, not getting outside, that they're not coming off the ball. And now that Louisville starting to run the football, they're getting blown off the football, so they're creating the lanes up front. It's kind of like pick your poison. You want them to run it or you want them to throw it?
I think they've wanted him to throw it all day long, but now there's creases opening up like this one.
Jackson dancing into the end zone for the Cardinals. A nasty run from number 8.
Well, Lamar was much more aggressive downhill in the run game here. Didn't like what he saw, realized he only had a 4-man rush, took off. Alan Lamar did a nice job of diagnosing what BC was trying to do. You want to try to take Lamar Jackson? Well, good luck. There's been a whole bunch of people that have tried, but been laying in his wake.
Lamar Jackson with a 9-yard touchdown run. 42-35 in the 4th. Jackson to the house for the Cards. What a fantastic football game. Lamar Jackson just took it in from 9 yards out. Second TD run of the game, and that's now 41 career rushing TDs. It's an ACC record.
2-2, 2 touchdowns on the ground, two touchdowns through the air. Counted for 4 touchdowns. He has been as advertised. Now can Louisville's defense step up and get a stop against this tough BC running game?
BC has scored a touchdown on 4 straight possessions.
Now Wade is going to have to make a play in this drive throwing the ball. Here it is.
And there's the catch. Chris Garrison up the middle of the field and close to midfield.
You talk about assignment blows by that defense. This is just the backside tight end slam release. He's going to release into the flat. Looks like he's flowing with the run game, and Louisville has had nobody home in the entire second half. Wade now 7 for 7 throwing the ball.
22 yards on that catch and run by Chris Garrison. It's a short gain. There's the long pass down the sideline, incomplete. Kobe White was the receiver.
It's a touchdown, Tom. It's a touchdown. They had sucked in the defense with the tight end in the flat, and Smith slips right in behind, and all Smith has to do is just throw it straight to him. Don't try to lead him, do anything. That's 2 touchdowns that the 2 quarterbacks for BC have missed with a wide open receiver down the field.
6 of 13 on 3rd down for the Eagles. From the 48 of Louisville. That was the first incompletion that Wade has thrown since he came into the game. Wade's pass is too high. Ben Glines was the target for Wade, incomplete.
Yeah, and his first throw, Tom, from the pocket. Remember, everything else had been on the move. Wade's an outstanding athlete, moving and throwing, made him drop in the pocket that time. He's not the biggest quarterback there is, only 6 feet tall, made him try to throw it over the top of the pass rush, and he was inaccurate with the throw. Boy, he's going to go to sleep tonight thinking about that opportunity. Jeff Smith wide open for a touchdown.
First part of the half for Boston College. Russ Yeast, the deep man at the 10. That ball goes out of bounds near the 16-yard line.
Let's see if Lamar Jackson now continues to stay aggressive with the run game. He was outstanding in that last drive. Because he ran the football so well, BC was unable to defend some of the quick throws he had. But it's Lamar Jackson on the ground that broke BC down.
Bonifant.
DJ, when you look at the zone read that they've got going that's coming in from the sidelines, are these call plays or is he actually reading it and either handing or keeping the ball?
These are the type of plays that you read. And with a guy like Lamar Jackson, if you give him the ability to have the run option, 1 times out of 10, he's going to take it. But these are run options for him as well.
Jackson in the pocket. Steps away. Throws it incomplete. Just to follow up, Dave, on DJ's point. Rushing for Jackson, 123 yards. Passing, 286, 409 for the game.
You look at his numbers compared from first half to second half. Really has not improved throwing the football much. When you look, he was 50% in the first half. Second now, he's at below 50% here in the second half. But I think it's his run game that ultimately will, if they win this football game, it will be his ability to break them down in the run game. Here, 3rd and 8.
Big 3rd down for the Cards, deep in their own territory. Bonifant to the boundary, trying to turn that corner at the 30. Reggie Bonifant, 1st down Cardinals.
It's man coverage in the secondary, so once Bonifant escapes the perimeter, he gets to the perimeter, there's nobody for him. Everybody's running downfield that are covering receivers. So once Bonifant got to the edge, he's going to get the 1st down. Now, BC kind of caught in that quandary. Do I pressure to keep Lamar in the pocket and play man coverage? Because if somebody breaks contain, it's a big play.
Bonifant has gone over 100 yards rushing. Here's Jackson over the middle, has a man near midfield. Charles Stanberry, number 80.
Now, Shop talked about this earlier in the game, early 3rd quarter. Not getting much of a rush from this BC defensive front because they want to keep Lamar in the pocket. But it's affording him a ton of time, Tom. He's waiting in the pocket and waiting for these receivers to clear. You can only cover so long in the back 7.
The 23-yard pass play takes the football down to the Boston College 47-yard line. 1st and 10 Cardinals. Lamar Jackson steps away from pressure. Jackson on the run and pushed out near the 41-yard line. It was John Lamont to push him out after 6 yards.
Yeah, mass substitution now for BC. When you're trying to rush this guy and he keeps the ball alive like he does, your defensive line just gets worn out. And so you can see guys just kind of trying to put their head down and run. Guys with their hands on their hips. Had to get a whole fresh group of guys in the game on the defensive front for Steve Addazio.
Lamar Jackson approaching 11,000 career yards. Jackson breaks away. Jackson headed to the end zone. Touchdown. Lamar Jackson of 41 yards. Freaky, the extra point to tie us up. 3 rushing touchdowns in the game for Lamar Jackson.
Tom talked about man coverage down the field. Now, Zach Allen is the edge rusher. He's got to come out here and force Lamar back inside because it's man coverage across the board. Everybody's running with the receiver. Once he gets outside Zach Allen, there's nobody for him. And is there anybody more dangerous in the open field than Lamar Jackson? You're not going to make that play.
58 passing touchdowns. And now 42 rushing touchdowns. Lamar Jackson. No return from the Eagles.
All right, BC, we know what they are. Run the football, good percentage throws, but they got to be successful on 1st and 2nd down.
Pretty good on 1st down for the Eagles and Thad Smith.
Yeah, good on the jet sweep. They've been running the ball in the middle of the Louisville defense. Louisville knows that. They've been concentrating on stopping the big back. Got him to the edge with a nice run on 1st down, 6 yards.
Dillon. Forward progress to the 34-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and short for BC. Papa John's Cardinal Stadium has come alive for the Cards.
Yeah, and if you're Steve Addazio right now, you're thinking, okay, my defense is shot. I've got to get a 1st down right here on offense.
Henry Femarua led the defensive charge. BC trying to get it, and they will with Dillon. And he drags a couple of red shirts with him beyond the 45-yard line.
Boy, this kid is a beast. He has been amazing today. Contact right at the line of scrimmage, bounces off of it, runs through 2 tackles, and then carries 3 tackles. You're getting to see a star in the making. He may be already a star. Certainly a star in Boston right now.
31 carries, 240 yards. CJ Dillon. We thank you so much for being with us this afternoon. Tom Wormy, Dave Archer, DJ Shockley. What a football game. Wade running away from the defense. And he goes out of bounds beyond the 45. Forced out by Etheridge.
Yeah, much better job that time by Louisville to defend all the elements of the bootleg. That means the dragging tight end to the tight end in the flat. And a good decision by Wade to just get what he could get and get out of bounds.
That's Mike Knoll, field goal kicker for the Eagles, or Colton Lichtenberg rather, number 99. The Eagles trying to get in range for a potential field goal. Keep an eye on that clock. 3:36 and rolling as Dillon makes the carry, and now it's third down.
All right, remember, Tom, the only success Wade's had throwing the ball has been on the perimeter. He has one throw from the pocket and is about 25 feet over his guy's head coming on the slant. Do they allow him to get out of the pocket, or does Scott Leffler leave him in the pocket to try to make a throw here on third down?
7 of 15 in the game for the Eagles on third down.
Got man coverage. Watch for the tight end here. Quick, easy throw into flat.
From the 48 of Louisville, 3rd and 4. Tied at 42. Wade the release to the turf and incomplete. Russ Yeast defending. Knocked it down.
Again, it's a throw. Wade at 6 feet tall is going to have to make out of the pocket. Let's see what his vision was. He had a pretty good lane to throw the ball through, but the ball is too tall. Those slant routes you want down near the waist for a guy to catch the ball, crashing to the inside, be able to make that catch and go to the ground. Ball too tall.
Borgerson was the receiver. Couldn't pull it in. BC must punt. They had gone 4 straight possessions with a touchdown. 2nd straight punt for the Eagles. Fair catch made about the 17-yard line. Teams played here in Louisville a couple seasons ago. A close win for the Cards, 17-14. They've won 4 in a row against BC. This pass complete on the edge. Bonifant out of bounds, close to the 20 as Schwab inhibited his progress. 3 yards for Bonifant.
Yeah, just kind of a quick screen, a swing screen to the outside. Got a block from Fitzpatrick. Get up the field, but a good job by BC to limit the game. Again, for BC, the key to this thing is going to be not to let Lamar Jackson beat him with the run game.
Boston College has not won in this series since 1994. They did it here at Louisville, 35-14. There goes Jackson. Defender loses the helmet on contact, up to the 30 and a first down. The helmet belonged to Taj Amir Torres. It's 10 yards for Jackson, and the chains roll.
Yeah, this is the problem for BC now. They've done an excellent job of coming hemming him in, but now he's playing extremely aggressive, pulling the ball down and taking off.
First and 10 from the 30 for the Cardinals. Just over 2 minutes to go in regulation. The pass at the 40 is caught.
Ball's out.
Now the ball's on the turf. Boston College has scooped it up. Dave, I didn't hear a whistle. Here's Cameron Moore. And that ball comes out and is available. And the fight continues for possession of the football.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to give the catch. Was it a catch, the first throw by Lamar?
The indication, Dave, is that Boston College has possession of the football. The catch was made and then fumbled by Jalen Smith, but we might take a look here.
Yeah, I think obviously they take a look at all of these. Let's see if this is a catch. Certainly looked like he took a couple of steps. Did he put the ball away? That's what the officials will look at, the replay booth will look at. And then Cameron Moore's strip. But a good job by Yiadom to get on the ball to save the ball for BC.
Well, that could be the play of the game by Yiadom. Here's a good look.
The ball is, definitely out. Is it enough of a catch? Did he secure the catch? Nobody buzzing down. The officials have had a chance to look at it upstairs, and they're satisfied with it being a fumble.
Boston College has the ball on the turnover to Dillon. Again, Isaac Yiadom, the senior from Worcester, Massachusetts, at Doherty High School, falling on that football, making the biggest play of the game.
Well, now it's about BC milking the clock and getting themselves in field goal range.
Dillon behind his sturdy offensive line to the 31-yard line and 5 yards.
Well, for Coach Petrino, you got to think about maybe burning a timeout here, Tom. Because what BC's going to do is they're just going to milk the clock here and set up for a field goal. You want to save time for Lamar Jackson.
Dillon, that's a first down and more inside the 25.
Now Coach Petrino has 3 timeouts in his pocket. He's got to save time now for his offense. And in fact, Louisville burns a timeout right there.
Cannon made the tackle on Dillon.
Well, A.J. Dillon has been if you want to talk about what he's done to Louisville's defense, it's called blunt force trauma. He has come downhill and just battering ram himself to the yardage. He's been his own blocker sometimes, but this offensive line, given the opportunity to come off the ball, 35 carries, 259 yards for A.J. Dillon. But
yards, that is Dillon trying to get to the 20-yard line. He got 3. Dave, we're inside of a minute now.
Coach Petrino burns his second timeout.
Second and 7 for the Eagles from the 20. Dillon, left side. That's been his sweet spot as he busts his way close to another first down inside the 15. Williams makes the tackle for Louisville. He got 8.
Well, and again, the paramount thing that they'll be telling the young running back, remember, a freshman running back, so it's something you got to remind him, is cover the football up. He's got a lot of people banging on him as Louisville exhausts their final timeout. But you've got to remind the young kid, hey, yards at this point, nice, but not paramount. We're in field goal range. Take care of the football.
3rd and 1 for Boston College. 43 seconds to go. This is Dillon falling towards the 10-yard line. That's enough for a first down. And so BC has converted on 3rd down. Clock is moving.
Now, where do they want the football? Now's the key. Where does the kicker like the ball? You center the ball, put the ball wherever he wants it. They'll keep it on that side. Not sure why they would run that. You're just kind of exposing the football. Now you run the clock down to about 3 seconds.
Wow.
You burn the timeout. You're going to wait till about 3 seconds and kill it.
Louisville came up with 14 straight points to tie this game at 42. Lamar Jackson with 3 rushing touchdowns, a couple of passing, and now it looks like the balance of this game squarely on the shoulders of Colton Lichtenberg. This from 40 yards away in the 3rd quarter was no good.
Well, Tom, let's be fair. Anytime a kicker comes out and you got things on the line, especially like this, where you got a chance to beat Louisville in their own building, opportunities like this don't come along very often. So this young man, his stomach's in his throat right now. So try to find a way to settle down. Think about all the kicks you've had in practice. Take yourself to practice as best you can to that happy place and try to knock one through here. This is not a long kick. You're talking about a 29-yard kick here. But it'll seem like it's 50 yards for him unless he can focus and knock it through.
27-yard attempt. BC won 2 conference games last year. They're 0-3 in conference games this season. This from Lichtenberg to win it for the Eagles. 27 yards away, and he knocks it right through. Boston College wins on the final play of the game. The 27-yarder from Colton Lichtenberg, and the Eagles win it 45-42.
Tom, we saw Steve Addazio's team do this last year, went on the road, beat NC State in their building at Carter Finley, and here his team comes on the road again and finds a way to get a huge win behind an unbelievable rushing performance by his freshman running back. And BC, some road warriors, comes on the road and wins a big one.
Lichtenberg from 27 yards away as time runs out. And Boston College goes on the road and wins it against the Louisville Cardinals. What a victory for Steve Addazio and the Eagles, and we go down to DJ.
Coach, huge win. Your team came out in that second half and fought hard. You ran it hard. What does this win say for your program?
You know, we got a bunch of guys that aren't going to stop battling. We are fighters, we fought today. I'm proud of my players, proud of the coaches, just the way they competed, they fought, they battled. We had we listened to a talk last night about just stand. Just stand. That's what we did.
Good job, folks. Congratulations. Nice win.
Appreciate it.
Big win here for BC, guys.
Boy, he's an emotional guy. I love seeing it for Steve Addazio. What a performance by his team.
Wow. For highlights and must-see moments from this game and other games, visit theACC.com. Coming up next on theACC.com, our studio crew, Katie, Tommy, Stan. More analysis of today's ACC action on our new postgame show, Victory Formation, on theACC.com. You've been watching coverage of Atlantic Coast Conference football on the ACC Network, an exclusive production of Raycom Sports. BC wins it on the road at Louisville.